What's up, guys? I made a video the other day on how to make 3K before the holidays. It's very simple, you guys. I think you guys are overthinking things. I'm the same way too, sometimes when I start something or a new process, I overthink a little bit, but there's no need to overthink on this one. It's only two steps. It's two steps. So all you're going to do. But first, I wanted to address some of these questions. I saw it says, "Can you acquire them on market?" Johnny Johnny Ortiz. Yes, you can. Just contact the real estate agents, make them the offer below 80K. Obviously, you gotta think that um, agents want to make 6% or 4%, whatever it is they're making. They charge a commission. So um, we're not going to be responsible for paying the commission. Obviously, tell them the seller could pay their commission. That's the only stipulation. The seller has to be responsible for paying their commission. We're not paying any commissions, okay? So whatever we offer them, that's what we're offering them. We're not paying their commission. The seller has to pay the commission, okay? Other than that, if they say sure, the seller is okay, all right, forward it over to me. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to this link right here. If they are interested, boom, you submit it here. We'll lock them up, or you can lock them up. You can go in the contract, and we'll get it. We'll get it done. Okay, so don't worry about all the other questions. The only thing I want you guys to worry about, because today is already the 12th of the month. I'm trying to get you guys paid before the New Year's, before the holidays, before Christmas comes, right? Even before Thanksgiving, you could do a deal before Thanksgiving. So you're just gonna submit the lead to this. I put all the links you guys need. Look at this. All you guys gotta do is click on this link. Wait, let me finish answering the other questions first before I show you guys, before I move on to the next step. Um, Second question: are you the end buyer for these lots that we find you? Yes, I'd buy them myself. I have cash. I've been wholesaling since 2018. I have a lot of money now. I can buy them cash. Sometimes I also wholesale as well. So whenever I'm buying something, at the end of my name always goes and or assigns. And or assigns. All my contracts say and or assign because I like to be able to assign it to someone else. Or even if I'm not assigning it to someone else and I want to start a new LLC because I bought properties before, right? And I put my name on the contract, but then I put and or assigned because why? I want to start a new LLC for that specific property, and then I assign that contract to the LLC. Make sense? Like for instance, I bought this property. I don't know if you guys. Let me show you guys. Actually, let me go back. Um, should I do this now? I don't really want to do it, but let's see if I can do it. Okay, this property here, uh, 44 Violet Court. This property,
Okay, let's go in.
this property I
So as soon
bought.
as you come in, you have.
Let me fast forward this thing. This is a really nice house. I really wanted to keep this one, but I had a partner on it, and he didn't want to keep it, so we sold it and made a nice profit. But either way, this property here,
Okay, so now we'll probably paint these vents to white.
yeah, this property,
But this
pretty
is
nice property.
really big windows here. These are pretty nice windows.
All right,
Using.
all right. So this property I bought this property And we ended up transferring it over to, we started an LLC, and the LLC was 44 Violet Court LLC. We made the LLC, we ended up assigning over the contract to 44 Violet Court LLC. That's what we closed this property in. That's kind of the example that I wanted to give you guys. I wanted to show you guys that um, I always put and or assign, because I can assign the contract to an LLC. And people do that sometimes. People do that. Sometimes they don't want to close in their personal name, and sometimes they just want to start an LLC and close in the LLC. You know what I mean? It's just protection, because when you start getting quite a few properties, you don't want to put all of them in your name. It becomes a liability. Look, the shower was really cool. It had like 5 shower heads. It actually had like, I think it had, yeah, 5 shower heads. It had one, two, three, four, five shower heads, which is,
This is very nice.
this is a cool shower it had in there. But yeah, man, this place was pretty nice. I like this place. I wanted to keep it, man. I wanted to keep this one. It was very nice. Big rooms, really nice
Living
patio
room.
area.
But
Look at this.
let's go back.
It was really nice, this property.
Very
I
nice
really like
day.
this property, man. Should have kept it. Got this one for 256. Look at this, 44 Violet Court. Watch this. I'm just going off track for a second. 44 Violet Court. Let's see. Watch this. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Watch this. Really nice property. It was very, very nice. Look. Very nice property. This was what'd you call it? This was the actual photos. They put the agents did this. The agents made it look like. But look, very nice house. Very, very, very nice. But yeah, like I said, closing this one, um, 44 Violet Court LLC. Obviously, when I went into the contract, I put my name on the contract, but then we assigned the contract over to the LLC, and we closed in the LLC. So that's how we did that one. This was the basement. Really nice, spacious, very nice, very nice. It was very nice. I liked it. I liked it. Um, it was really nice, man. I like this one. The only thing I didn't like was the HOA, because the HOA, man, that's really why we sold it. My partner didn't want to keep it, but um, the LLC, I mean, I don't mean the LLC. I meant the HOA. Um, they kept going up. They kept going up and going up and going up. One of these units, somebody was cooking and they burnt down their kitchen, and that person, because of that person, all of the HOA went up, because the HOA is responsible for the outside of the property, I guess. Anything outside, they're responsible. So they had to fix the house up and put up money and siding and all that extra stuff. They ended up they ended up making our fees go up. And it just seemed like the HOA just kept going up. Like from the time we owned it to the time we sold it, it went up like 5 times. I'm like, what is going on here? Like every couple months, you guys are upping the damn fees. So that's part of the reason too. Ended up selling it. Um, but check this out. I want to show you guys. If you look at the history, picked it up for 256. Ended up selling it for 420. So we did pretty good on this one. But anyways, let's go back to what I was saying. Let's go back to let's go back to this video. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make a quick. But it's very simple, you guys. It's not like rocket science. It's very simple. And then, are you the end buyer? Yes, I am the end buyer. But also, I like to assign contracts to different LLCs. Sometimes I don't close in my normal LLCs. Sometimes I do assign contracts to a third party LLC. So as long as you have and or assigns at the end of your name, you can assign contracts. Okay, it's okay to assign a contract and tell the agents, listen, put my name there and or assigns. That's it. Um, yes, so like I said, you can reach out to On Market. I am the end buyer, but I also assign contracts as well. I assign them to myself sometimes, and that's a great way to pull out money too. Let's say, for instance, like a house. Um, like for instance, let's say a house is worth 400,000, right? I'm buying the house for 250. I know it's going to cost um, 30,000 to fix the house up. So I might put the house under contract for 250, and then I'll assign that contract to another LLC for 280, right? So the other LLC, which is still my LLC, is what's taking title, right? But because I'm assigning it from the 250 to the 280, I'm pulling out 30,000, and that 30,000 goes to the first person who went under contract, which is the first LLC or the first person, right? So they assign, once you assign the contract, I don't want to confuse you guys. This is why I don't like answering a bunch of questions, because sometimes it could get confusing. But just to keep it simple, like on a house, I can go under contract, assign it to a different LLC for a little bit more. So now I could pull out the rehab money by doing that. Does that make sense? I could pull out the rehab money. Let me. So for instance, the house is worth 400, right? I go under contract for 250, right? And then I assign it to my other LLC for 280. So there's a $30,000 gap there. That $30,000 at closing is the assignment fee that goes to the first person who went under contract, which is me, right? And that 30,000 goes directly to me. The second LLC takes over the ownership, and then now I have $30,000 in cash from an assignment fee, and with that assignment fee, I can fix the house because it needs 30,000 worth of work. Now I have it for 280. I put 30 grand in it, and then now I can sell it for 400. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But yeah, you can assign it to yourself. You can assign it to other people. You can assign it. I can assign it to whoever. I just put and or assign at the end of my name when I'm buying things. My contracts say and or assign. But you can tell your agent if you're going through an agent, yes, just put and or assign at the end, because I don't know if I might close in my name, or if I don't, if I want to start a new LLC to close in. That's why I normally put it there. And some of them will have no problem with that, and some of them will say, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, people are gonna say yes or no. Just don't focus on the people who say no's. Focus on the people who say yes. There's tons of deals out there. You don't have to do deals a certain way that someone don't want to do business with you. You know what I mean? If they don't like it, then just go get another one. Do you know how many deals there are out there? And how many people are okay with anything as long as they get what they want? They don't care what you do. You know what I mean? And then yeah, like I showed you that one property, I ended up putting it in my name, and then I assigned it to 44 Violet Court LLC, and then I ended up closing on it. But I closed on it. 44 Violet Court LLC was my company. So you could start new companies and close in those companies right before closing. You know what I mean? So you could do that. But yeah, and then this person here, Claw, Claw says, so you don't bother explaining who. I did explain who. If you go to the first website, which is right here, if you click on this link and you go past the disclaimer, this is the road that I want you guys to be below. Obviously, look, oh, I didn't pull it up. I was looking at dogs earlier. You guys know I love dogs. Let me close these. All right, let's close that. Where did I go? Where did I go? All right, boom. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay, these are the rules, you guys. These are the rules, right? These are the zip codes. I don't care if it's right next door. I don't care if the zip code changes one street over. If it's not this zip code, we don't want it. If it's in a flood zone, we don't want it. Ask your seller, is it in a flood zone? They'll say yes or no. If it's no, we got it. We good. We can move forward. But if it's in a flood zone, you guys already know the answer to that. We don't want it. No protected species. Self-explanatory. I don't need to explain that, right? No main roads. No main roads. These big roads that are. The thing is, we're trying to buy lots to build houses for families, and most families don't want their children and their dogs on major roads because there's a high chance of them getting hit by a car or ran over. We don't want major roads. We want like quiet roads, cul-de-sac areas, simple areas that are easy and quiet. Okay? We don't want major roads. Simple. Just follow the rules. No canals. No canals. Some people like canals, but we don't. It's simple rules. Simple, very easy, simple rules. Like no canals. I'm sure canals sell. I'm sure people will want to buy them. I'm sure all that. We just don't want them. Okay. It's got to be zone residential. Um, let's go here. Back to answering the question. Obviously, this road right here, Pine Island Road. I'm showing you guys. You see, if you zoom in, you see Pine Island Road. So this whole road right here, it has to be south of Pine Island Road. It's simple, right? South of Pine Island Road. You guys can see. I don't know why this thing doesn't. Trying to zoom in slowly. Okay, this is Pine Island Road. So it has to be south of this road. Okay, south. Not this road. You see? Veterans Memorial, that's also a major road. And guess what? If you zoom in and look, you see this lot right here, 146? If you bring me this lot, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to tell you to go back to the rules. Even though it's not directly off of this road, I'm going to not want it because it's high traffic area. Look, this is just a piece of grass that's separating. Yes, this is 26th Street, but this is still the major road right there. Like, stay away from it. What I want is for you to go to areas like this, where this is not a major road, and you can get this lot. There's tons of other lots. Look at this. You can get this one. But if you were to go get this one or anything like this one here, we wouldn't want those because we don't want, even though this is 25th Lane, this is Veterans Memorial Parkway. We don't want that. Does that make sense? Stay away from the major roads. Go like out away from them. Now check this out, right? Remember I said no canals? So if you guys came, even though this is a major road right here, this is a double whammy, right? A double no-no. If you came and you brought me this lot right here, boom, I don't want to click on this. Okay, to answer your question, this question here, it says, so you don't bother explaining who or where. How did I not? How did I not explain that? I told you this is where. This is where. Where is in these zip codes? South of Pine Island Road. No protected species, no main roads, no canals. It's got to be zone residential. Okay? And I'm trying not to get this video flagged, but you see this number here? If you click on this, the property owner's information is going to pop up, and it's going to tell you if it's residential, it's going to tell you if it's commercial, it's going to tell you everything you need to know. It's going to tell you the owner's name and their address, their physical address, where they live, because they don't live on this blank in this vacant lot. It's going to show you everything about this property. I don't want to click on it because if I click on it, YouTube doesn't like personal people's information out there, so it may get flagged, and then my whole video is gone. I don't want that to happen. Okay? So I'm not going to click on it. You go click on it. I'm giving you the website, which is right here. Okay? Now, I don't know what's going on with Fast People Search, because check this out, right? I click on Fast People Search. It's looking all crazy. Look at this. It's looking crazy. And this is why I gave you guys, they must be doing some updating to this. Let me see something real quick. Watch this. Let me see. Yeah, something's wrong with the website right now. Maybe they're updating it. Maybe they're working on the website. And this is why I gave you guys two different sites to reach these people. So all you got to do is go and put in this website, True People Search, put in the name of the owner and put in what city and state they live in, their physical address, not the address of that vacant lot. Okay? And then you scroll down until you find the name of the owner, which it should pop up. And then it's going to show you a phone number. And then you can call them. And all you're doing when you call them is say, hey, I saw your vacant lot on, obviously you wouldn't call this, but you would say 156 Camel Parkway, which we wouldn't be calling this, obviously. You guys know why. Let me not confuse you guys. Let's just go to a real one that I would actually call. So you call, okay, this one's good. 144. I saw your property on your vacant lot on 144 Southeast 27th Terrace. Are you interested in selling this property? That's it. You're just asking them if they're interested in selling. Once they say, yes, I'm interested in selling, then you say, okay, what do you want for it? That's it. Once they tell you the price and it's below, you guys know what I'm paying, right? 80K. 80,000 is what I'm paying. I'm paying 80,000. Where's the marker? Right here. 80,000. Simple. 80,000 is what I'm paying. That means for you, You have to go to them and say, hey, I'll give you, first you want to ask them what do they want, because you don't want to just call them and say, hey, I'll give you 875. Because if you want to make $3,000, you can say, hey, I'll give you 77,000. But you don't want to tell them that first. You want to ask them first, what do they want? Yes, you can pay 77, but guess what? They might want 70,000. And boom, you just told them you'll pay 77. 7,000 over what they're asking, over what they want. So that's why you want to ask them first, what do you want for it? Then they'll say, oh, I want 70,000 for it cash right now. If you could do it before the holidays, let's make it happen. You just made yourself 10G if they say they want 70. Because between 70 and 80, you already know the difference. If they want 70, then you just made yourself 10K. Right? You just made yourself 10K. I wish there was a better way to write. I need to get one of those little pads with the pens and hook it up to the laptop, and that way I can write neater. You know what I mean? I'm just doing this with the mouse, so it looks kind of messed up. But yeah, if they say they want 70, then you just made yourself 10,000. But always ask them first. Don't just say, hey, I'll give you 70, 77, because they might have wanted 70. They might have wanted 70, and you just shortchange yourself. But sometimes they might say, you know what, give me 85,000. You know you can only pay 80. You know you can only, I'm going to pay 80, so you got to get it below 80. Then you can come back at them and say, oh, I can't do that. That's a little bit more than I'm willing to pay. What if we were to do 75? And then you're going to say, no, I can't do 75. Well, how close to 75 can you do? Well, why don't we do 77? I don't know if I could do 77. Always make it seem tough. Always make it seem tough. Like like it's like pulling teeth. I don't know if I could do 77. I know I could do 77. You know you could do 77. But you always make it sound like you can't do it. I don't know if I could do 77. Let me talk to my partner. Maybe I can convince him, but I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough one. And then you reach out, you act like you're reaching out to your partner, and then you say, you know what? My partner is agreeing. It's a holiday season. He said you, if we can get an agreement today, he'll do it. And then he said, all right, cool, let's do it. I'll sign today. I'll sign today. And bam, you just made yourself 3K. But that's how you kind of negotiate a little bit. You don't just say, okay, I'll do 77. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, snap. If he agreed to 77 that fast, maybe he could have paid a little bit more. So either he's going to be like, you know what? I changed my mind. He's going to ghost you. Or they're going to say, you know what? I don't know, man. I'm going to stick to my guns. I want 85. And then you just lost the deal. So always make it seem like it's hard and tough for you to do under 80, whatever number it is. Even if they say they want 70,000, just say, I don't know if I can do 70,000. Whatever they say, just make it seem hard, like it's tough. Because if you don't make it seem like it's tough and you just say, yeah, I'll do it, they're going to back out. They're going to run away from you because they're going to think it's too easy. They could have got more and they could get more somewhere else. But if you make it seem like, I don't know, this one over there just sold for, 69. This one sold for 68. I don't know if I can do 70. It's going to be tough. Let me talk to my partner. Make it seem very difficult for you to give them that 70. And then they're going to be like, then they're going to feel like they won when they got the 70. You got to make them feel like they won. But if you just come out and say, okay, I'll do 70, it seems like you're winning and they're going to back out. Does that make sense? That's just a little bit of negotiating for you guys. But yeah, man. Again, we would never go after this one. Why? Because this is a major road. It's 2 lanes. It's a major road. And what does it say here? no main roads. These are examples. Gleason Parkway, Santa Barbara Boulevard. You know what I mean? Stay away from these major roads. These are just examples, but all the other major roads, stay away from them. This is like a major road. And then on top of that, it's a double whammy. This is a canal. And clearly, it says no canals. So this one, you would never send to me. Okay? This one you would never send to me. Why? Because it's a canal. Yeah, it's a quiet road here. It's a nice road, but it's a canal. Stay away from the canal. Okay? This is a good one. You see? There's plenty of them. There's plenty of them that you can find that fits the criteria. All you gotta do is look. You know what I mean? Look. Boom, there's one there. There's one there. Whoa, they built a house on this one. Actually, that's not one. It looked like it was empty at first. But there's one here. You know, they're very easy to spot. There's one there. I'm not sure what this is. This probably was a tree here. But ask him, what is this? What's this on this lot? Ask him. There's tons of them, man. They're everywhere. Look, well, no, these are canals. Stay away from canals. But there's one right here. There's one. They're everywhere, bro. Look. This one already built the house. Yeah, they're everywhere, man. Just like they're everywhere. Look. Look. Oh no, canals. Stay away from canals, you guys. Stay away from canals. No canals. But you can go in this area. Look, there's one right here. There's one right there. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. You can find them. Look, there's another one. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Look, there's more here. Well, this one has a house on it. Look, this one's a big one. This is like 3 lots. Find out what's going on with this one. We'll take this one too. Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. You just have to again, if you click on the land, on that, this number here, it'll give you all the owner's information. I don't want to click on it again because why? YouTube doesn't like personal information out there. And they're going to delete my videos. A lot of my videos that I used to put free training, they block them. They block them. And this right here, I used to charge people just as simple as this is. This is 2-step. You click on it, you get the property address, and then you go over here, you put in the property address, the owner's physical property address, and then you call them. This is step 1. Click on it on the lot, boom. If you click on this number, the information will pop up. It's a little box. It pops up. It tells you who the owner is. Now, stay away from the LLCs because you can't find LLCs that easily. And stay away from, that's about it. Everything else you can do. Stay away from LLCs. If it's a husband or wife or a woman or a man, just contact them. If it's an LLC, go on to the next one. Okay? Simple. Very simple. I hope I answered all you guys' questions. It's just a numbers game. The person who makes the most calls will get paid the fastest. Simple. So I hope I answered all 3 questions. And I hope I don't sound rude. I'm just a straightforward kind of guy. I hope I don't sound rude. I'm trying to sound very helpful. So, you know, just, yeah, I hope I don't sound rude because I'm asking, did you watch the video? I explained all of that. If you go to the site, I posted, if you go to the site I posted, I should have put a comma there. You can click on the lot and the owner's information will show. Then you go to Fast People Search or True People Search and get their phone number, call them, ask them if they're interested in selling. It's really that simple. And the more you do, the easier it is to get a deal, the faster you get a deal. It's literally that simple. Once they want an offer, all you have to do is come back to the site, click, come back to this video, click on this link. Watch this. If you click on this link, this form pops up. You're going to put in your email address. You're going to put in the seller's phone number, seller's full name, property address, condition. You don't have to worry about the condition of it's a vacant lot. Just put vacant lot here because this is also I train on single family homes. I train on multifamily homes. But if this was a single family home, you would write the condition. You would write it needs a new roof. It needs blah blah blah, whatever. Why are they selling? You got to get this answer out of them. Why are they selling? Oh, you know what? I bought 5 years ago, and I inherited the property, or my wife got a divorce, and we and my wife got a divorce, and this was part of the package. I really don't want it. You're gonna hear the motivation, and then some people are just gonna say, "Oh, I mean, I'm not in a rush." Those are the people they're not, you know, they're not in a rush to move. Deal with somebody else. You only want to deal with the people that needs help and people that wants some money. That's it. Why are you selling? Okay, when do you need to close by? And they'll tell you, well, I want to close before the holidays. If they say, I don't care, man, I'm not in a rush to sell. Or if they say, you know what, I'm not ready to sell right now, but I'll be ready next year. So go to your Google Calendar and go a year from today. I would go probably like 11 months, and then put them on a reminder. Put them do a task or put a reminder. Or you can go to your Google and say, hey Google, remind me to call this person on this date. You know what I mean? 11 months from today. And Google will put it on your Google Calendar. And then you follow up with them in a year. So in a year, you'll get that person. But in the meantime, you keep going for the people who want now. Asking price. You put in the asking price. Okay, put an appointment time. When's the best time for my partner to call you back so we can get this squared away?
What's the title of the event?
Oh no, you see? When I said, hey Google, my phone got never mind. Never mind.
All right, when is the event?
Never mind.
I didn't save it.
Okay, good. Didn't say that. All right, so yeah, because I said, hey Google, this thing, but my phone heard me. The phones are always listening. But yeah, man, just fill out this form as best as you can. Anything else we need to know? If they, I don't know, whatever they need, you put it right here and you submit the form. And then it goes directly to me and I get it. And then I can give them a call, lock it up, and get you cashed out. Simple. Very easy. Very, very, you don't have to go under contract. I can go under contract for you. Or if you feel comfortable, you do want to go under contract and you have the proper contract, because I have the proper contract, then you can just do it. But I prefer if you guys just put it in here and then I'll cash you guys out. Okay? I'll cash you out. But I want to go under contract, to be honest. I'm the one I want to go under contract. I don't want you to, because, I mean, if you know what you're doing and you've done real estate deals, okay, cool, you do it. But if you haven't done a deal and you don't know, you know, how to properly do it, just submit it here. I'll do it and I'll get you paid. You don't have to do everything in this business. You can just have somebody who knows what to do and let them do everything and you get paid out anyways. You're still going to get paid your 3K. Now, if you locked it up for 5K under 80, you'll get 5K. If you locked it up for 10K, 70,000, you make 10K. So whatever you locked it up under 80,000 is what you're going to get paid. All right? Simple, 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 simple. Keep it very simple. I mean, just focus on contacting people and asking them what do they want. Ask, contact, what do you want for it? Contact, what do you want for it? Find a lot, what do you want for it? Here's one, what do you want for it? Oh, this one's built a house. There's one right there. What do you want for it? mean, they're everywhere. These lots are everywhere. Look, there's three right here. Oh no, they built on those, but there's one right there. Boom, there's one right there. Boom, there's one right there. Well, no, this is a canal. You don't want this one. Um, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Here's one right there. Um, they're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere. As long as they're below, which we're well below Pine Island Road, which is way up here. Look how much coverage you have. Look how much. Look, you have tons of coverage here. You can't tell me. Check this out, right? I did this the other day for one of the guys that contacted me from the last video. Um, watch this. We're in Cape Coral, right? Watch this. How many lots? Look, how many? What's the sound? But look, I asked Google how many vacant lots sold in Cape Coral, Florida last month. How many vacant lots sold in Cape Coral, Florida last month? Bruh, where is the? It should show it. I don't know what's going on with Google this morning. In Cape Coral. Okay, here we go. Watch. Look, it says the market reports indicate that Cape Coral real estate is active with 448 total closed sales, including homes and potential lot. I want to just see lots though. Cape Coral. I want to just see lots. How many lots? How many lots? Let's see if it gives me this answer. Wow. It showed me the answer the other day, but for some reason it's not showing. But anyways, let's go here. Cape Coral, Florida, sold, and we're gonna go to. Let's click this. We're just gonna go to lots. Apply. Look, in Cape Coral, in the last, we're gonna go 90 days. Um, right here, in the last 30 days, apply. Oh, it's a lot less for some reason. But look, it says 130 results on Zillow. I'm not sure how accurate that is. Because last time I looked it up, it was 488 properties. But either way, in the last 30 days, you can see there's 130 results, vacant lots that sold um, in Cape Coral. So all you need is one or two of these deals per month to make yourself 6 to 10,000 per month. Because if you're making 3,000 each, two of these is 6,000. Four of them per month. Per month. This is just 1 month in the last 30 days. In the last 30 days, this is how many sold. I think there's more for some reason when I Googled it last month. It was in the 400s. But let's just go off of this data here. It says 30. Let's go to realtor.com. Let's see something real quick. I'll show you guys. Realtor.com. Okay. Okay, let's go to buy. Cape Coral. I did a couple deals in Spokane. Cape Coral. Bro, what is going on? Cape Coral, Florida. And then we're gonna go to property type. We're gonna go to land. And then we're gonna go to see what I'm saying? Let's see. Just sold in the last 90 days. Well, 30 days. Where is it? In the last month. Bro, what is going on? Why is it not? I don't know why it's not showing the proper numbers here. I'm going for land, right? Land. Boom. And in the last 30 days, just sold. Last 30 days, 1 month. It says 162 results down here, but for some reason it's not showing them on the screen. I don't know what's going on, bro. Let me see the maps. I don't know. It's showing 162 when you go over here, 162 results, but then it's not showing them here. I don't know what's going on with these sites this morning. Anyways, I'm done with that. But yeah, this is all you need. This is all you need. Go over here, zoom in, wherever. Just stay away from the canals. You guys have the rules. These are the rules. Stay away from flood zones. Ask them. Stay away from protected species. Stay away from main roads. Stay away from canals. Stay away from commercial lots. Because some of these are like for instance, like a lot like this, you can contact them, and for some reason it's a commercial land, even though there's houses right next to it. I don't know why they do it that way, but I spoke to this one guy the other day, and it was the same situation. He's like, "Well, it's zone commercial." I'm like, "Well, can you call the city and find out how you can make it residential again?" Because he told me it was residential before, and then they transferred it to commercial. I'm like, why would they have a lot that's right between two houses and houses in front and in back? It wasn't this particular one, but I'm like, why would they? I don't understand why they would do that. But you guys, don't bring me these lots here. Don't bring me stuff like this. Don't bring me stuff like that because this is a canal. Do not bring me stuff like this because this is a canal. Do not bring me stuff like that. But you can bring me stuff like this. This is not a canal. This is perfect. Okay? Simple. All right? I hope I answered all of your questions. Please comment below if you have more questions. I love answering questions. As long as I can get you to do some deals and make some money, I don't mind answering questions. So don't feel like, I know I'm very straightforward when I speak, and you might feel like I don't know, I don't think I insult people. I try to be nice. But I am very direct, so it may come off like I'm but no, I'm here to help, man. At the end of the day, I'm here to help you guys because obviously the more money you make, the more money I make. Now, typically, I used to charge for training, and I used to charge like $1,000. But because we're in a super hot market, I'm like, I don't want to charge. I want to just give them the information so they can just go and get the land, and so we can just make the money. Because right now it's super hot. It's super hot, and you want to strike while the iron is hot. Let's strike now. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I decided let me just give them the information for free, and those of them who's gonna take this seriously is gonna do it, and they're gonna bring me these lots, and I'll pay them, and they'll make money. Here's one right here. Just make sure it's not commercial. There's no canals. There's no flood zone. Just make sure. Ask them, is this a flood zone? No, this doesn't look like it's a flood zone. But ask them. You never know, and they'll tell you. Um, like this lot right here, that's a no, 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 no. This is a major road. You know what I mean? We don't want these major lots on major roads. We just don't want it. I have the same guy. He owns 2 lots, and he wants to sell me another lot, but it's off Santa Barbara. And I'm like, well, we can't do that. We can't buy a major road. We like stuff like this, like these two. Well, no, 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 no. I just noticed canal. Nope, we can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do any of these next to canals. We cannot do them. But if you come over here, we could do these. You know what I mean? There's tons of stuff. There's another one here. Just go down the line, man. There's tons of them. Tons of them. You just have to know the rules. Once you know the rules, you make money. No, no, no. This is a no-no. This right here is a yes, yes, yes. You know what I mean? Isn't that funny? This is a corner lot. This is a corner lot, but this is a no-no because this is a canal. But this is a yes, yes. Isn't that funny? You know what I mean? There's tons of money to be made, you guys. Like this right here is a no, 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 because that's a canal. But yeah, there's tons of money to be made. Just follow the rules. You guys have the rules, okay? And then you guys have all the sites that you need. All right. So I already showed you guys all the sites that you need are right here. Boom. This is where you find the map. Fast People Search. I'm not sure what's going on with Fast People Search. They must be updating their platform. It's been down a couple of days, I noticed. But this is why I also included True People Search. You can find their phone numbers there. And then right here is my lead sheet. You can just type in the info, type in the owners, and then make sure you put in your email, your phone number. That way I know how to contact you, and then I know exactly who to pay. You understand? Put your email here, and that way I know how to contact you because you need to get paid. Okay? And then I got another question from um, um, let me see here. Give me a second here. I got another question. Sean called me the other day. He found my phone number and he contacted me and he asked me a couple questions. And he asked me, has anybody ever cheated me? And listen, I had to explain to him, like, people are in business to make money. People are not in business to cheat each other. Most people that are in business are pretty good people. It's it's the people who's not in business that you have to worry about. Who's not doing business. Like people who's in business, people in business, you want to pay people as much as you can because the more you pay them, the more they bring you. Just imagine if you brought me a deal and then I didn't pay you, how many more deals would you bring me? Zero. Is it worth it for me to like not make any money because of one deal, one transaction when I can make hundreds of transactions with you? No. Doesn't make any sense. Matter of fact, I try to do my best to pay people more than they deserve because why? When you do a little bit more for people, they go to bat for you 100 times harder. It's amazing how it works. You pay people a little bit more than they deserve, they do an arm and a leg more for you. That's love. I try to move out of love. I try to care for people. I don't like to hurt people. I like to take care of people. I like to give, give, give. I'm a giver. This is why I'm giving you guys all this information. I could be charging for it. Some people are charging $1,000 right now for what I'm saying. Some people are charging way more than 1,000 right now for what I'm giving you guys. But me, I don't. I prefer to help people. I guess give. I'm a giver. Some people are takers. You got to realize in life there are givers and there are takers, and some people are out to take, and some people are out to give. And you got to differentiate the two. And the sooner you find that out and and surround yourself with givers, then your income elevates. Like for me, sometimes I'd rather not make a dime and let you make money. Yes, it's a deal on my books. That's how I win. But even though I didn't make too much on this one, I prefer for you to make. You know what I mean? Because why? You're gonna bring me more deals. It's not just one. I'm banking on volume. So if I don't make a big profit on this one and you do, that's perfectly fine with me. That's perfectly fine with me because you get to bring me more deals because I made you money. Simple. It's simple law of business. I don't want to cheat anyone because if I cheat you, you're never gonna bring me. And my business is volume. It's volume. So how am I gonna get volume if I cheat you on one deal? I could see if I was making like through 200 grand on one deal, and even then I wouldn't cheat anybody, but some people would. If they're making that kind of money, it's more likely for them to cheat. But if you're making 5, 10 grand, come on, bro. Nobody's gonna cheat you for 5, 10. Not in the business world. That's not a lot of money. To most people, some people may think that's a lot of money. But bro, just imagine if I gave you 2 G's today, 3 grand today, how fast would it be gone? It would be gone in like a week. Not even. It'd be gone same day for some of you. You know what I mean? Like a couple grand is not really a lot of money. So regular business people would not go out of their ways to just don't even think that way. Just think positive, man. Just like do business with good people like myself and others who are givers and stay away from the people who's just trying to take, and you're good to go. All right? All right, man. I didn't want to make this video super long, but it ended up being super long. But I hope you guys got some value out of this video. I hope I explained a little bit and answered your questions a little bit better. And I hope I didn't come off rude. I know I'm a straightforward person, and some people tell me I come off rude because I'm just like straightforward, no bullshit kind of guy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's all love. I'm one of the like tough love kind of guy. I give you tough love, but at the end of the day, I love you guys. I'll go out of my way to close a deal for you. Um, if I could put money in your pocket any type of way, I will do it. Even if I'm not making any money, as long as I'm not losing. Now, if I'm losing, forget it. I don't want to lose. But if I'm not if I'm breaking even, I'll still do the deal. If I'm breaking even, I'll still do it because why? You're going to bring more deals in the future, anyways. It makes sense. It makes business sense. So, again, man, let's make it happen. As long as you got somebody ready to go, dump them in here, and we'll make it happen. All right? Catch you guys on the next one.